Hi everyone, it's Justin and Matt, two dads again from Australia. Now Matt, I've brought something down very special to have a look at today. This is an all-electric Tesla Model S. I have to say, look, I'll say it from the outset, in the previous video that we shot with Tesla in the lead up to this review on this car, look, I'll have to say I was a bit of a skeptic. I've been a petrol head for many years. I'm a child of the 80s. I'm only growing up with petrol cars. I love my petrol cars. But the gentleman from Tesla actually said this is the car of the future. It's the kind of car that our kids will probably be driving in a few years' time.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to definitely have a drive of this thing just to see, you know, whether it is a fun, family-friendly car. Maybe in a different kind of way. It is definitely family friendly. You can see from the size of it.
No doubt.
Yeah, it's got the space and everything like that. The fun factor, having an all-electric car to actually give you that fun, I think that's a bit of a different story. But to be honest, mate, I've driven this for the last couple of days and my perception's changed. This is a seriously different type of car to drive. It's the kind of car I think that a car company, like cars designed by car companies are like your traditional everyday cars.
Yeah.
This car feels like it's been designed by a tech company. It's really like a tablet, iPad type thing on wheels. It's just the technology in it's fantastic. You've owned a lot of fast cars in your time, haven't you?
I have.
Yeah. What's the fastest car you've owned?
11-second GTR. Now, that was from a different era. That was a 1990 R32 GTR. So
Yeah.
it was fast, but that's old school.
Okay.
Old school power.
All right. This thing, I think, will turn your perception of speed around. This is a seriously quick car. It does. I'm not going to tell you what it does.
Okay.
You can drive it, so you can
Surprise
test
me.
it out. But it's if this is the future, and you're able to drive cars that go like this and are still environmentally friendly, it's going to be a nice place to live, I think.
I can't wait to experience that for myself.
Yeah. Want to have a drive?
Absolutely.
Okay, Matt. We're sitting in the Tesla. What are your first impressions?
I'm just been morphed into the future.
Back to the Future.
Yeah. Where are the buttons?
Yeah, there's only two buttons on the dash, mate. Everything, the two buttons actually, one for the glove box, one for the hazard lights.
Yeah.
Everything in this car is predominantly controlled by this 17-inch touchscreen here. Even the steering wheel doesn't have an awful lot of buttons on
No,
it.
two.
Yeah. Like I said, it's like a car not designed by car companies, but designed by a tech company.
And it does feel like I'm sitting in front of a computer game.
You know what? It's a funny you should say. It's kind of the way it drives too. Like,
Okay.
I mean, in terms of ambience, what do you think? Like, it's very nicely finished and everything, isn't it? It's got
It is.
Alcantara up the top,
Yeah.
carbon fibre on the dash.
Yeah.
Plenty of space in it.
Everything is slightly angled to the driver as well, so ergonomically it feels
A driver's
nice. Does it make you feel special? Sort of.
But that could be to do with style too. I mean, this to me looks very functional,
Yeah.
isn't it?
And
very space age, high tech.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm glad you're sitting down because I'm going to tell you the price of this thing.
Okay.
This is the top of the range. This is what we call a P90D with Ludicrous mode. The P stands for performance. The 90 is the battery size. The D is for dual motors, front and rear, so the motors are driving all four wheels. And the little underlined script for all those people out there that you want to know your enemy when you're at the traffic lights, the underlined script means it's actually got Ludicrous mode, which makes it do 0 to 100 in 2.7 seconds. Now, mate, I had to write down a few little bits and pieces just to get my head around how much this car costs. Now, this car has a sort of base list price of about $172,000. This particular car has about $54,000 in options. That includes the $15,000 Ludicrous mode on it. That brings it up to a total of about $225,000 $35,000.
Okay.
Now, it gets hit with the standard thing in Australia, luxury car tax, which is about $45,000.
That old chestnut.
Thank you, government. And also stamp duty and registration, because it is a bit of a heavy car. It's about 2,100 kilos. $12,630 in New South Wales in terms of stamp duty and rego. Brings it up to a grand total, $283,200.
Wow.
Now,
Wow. Okay.
mate, there's two ways of looking at it, I suppose. It is a high-performance luxury sedan, which, you know, it's got the performance of real supercars, this car.
Yes.
So, you know, you can look at it from that point of view that, yeah, it's reasonable in terms of that. But on the other hand, it's an awful lot of money. Like if you're a green mum and dad,
Yeah.
maybe you'll have to sell two of the kids, not just one.
Yeah, true. Let's go for a drive.
Let's go, mate. So
Where do I turn it on?
it is on.
Okay.
So just put it in drive. Don't have to worry about a handbrake or anything. And off we go.
Okay.
It's like
Alright,
at
I'm
Luna
spinning
Park,
out.
isn't it? Luna Park. Keep right. Keep
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
keep
Dodging
right.
cars. Dodging cars. Wipers.
Wipers are here, I think. So we might have to just maybe.
Okay.
Auto wipers
And indicators there.
on the left. Yep.
Well,
That's right.
it's not a small car.
No.
It's
It's Falcon Commodore size, this thing.
yeah, right.
So, but you know what? I've got to say, I've driven it for the last couple of days. It does feel that it does sort of get smaller when you drive it. It does
Okay.
wrap itself around you, which is good.
First impressions then, besides the power delivery, visibility, I can't tell where the front of the car is.
Well, the car will tell you. It's got all the sensors in it, so even to the
Okay.
point where it will tell you by the centimetre how close you are to something.
Ready to go.
I think these things actually use a combination of sonar and radar in
Okay.
their sensors all around the car, and that enables it to use such things as like the Tesla autopilot, which is like a driving aid. The car will sort of steer itself along like a roadway to keep itself within the lane and stuff like that. It's not designed as a completely autonomous type of driving, but it's a driver aid, I suppose. It's got automatic parking as well. It's got everything, I think, at that level of price that it's expected, isn't it?
Yeah. Just on one other note, sorry to digress, the power delivery, torque delivery, it's
Like
instant.
that. It's just instant.
And that was millimetre throttle changes, and we gained 20 kilometres per hour to the speed limit.
Yep.
What?
It's
Really?
isn't it weird? It's a completely different type of driving, but it's good, isn't it? It's actually.
I am quickly warming to this car. Really quickly.
The ride quality, considering it is running on 21-inch wheels, it's phenomenal too. It's got air suspension, so that's probably a good reason why it's actually riding so well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really good.
And the steering feels quite nice for full electric.
Yeah. It handles really well, doesn't it?
It does.
I think you can kind of tell where they're going with this type of car too, can't you? Because of all the tech and all the features of it being autonomous and getting that way, really it's becoming less of a car and more of a mode of transport, isn't it?
It is.
It's going to come to a day in a few years' time, I reckon, where you can get in the car, even though it's got a steering wheel, you can go, well, I don't want to drive today, I'll press a button and take me to work, isn't it?
It is. It's the first real, genuine step towards that.
Yeah, but as a car enthusiast, as somebody who's a petrol head, how do you feel about that?
It's a function of life that is, I see, going down a different path. So I don't think it's going to fulfill that desire that I have to be engaged in a vehicle that will give me that good fun feeling. Another note, I might just give it a bit of welly. Oh, bloody! Oh my god! Okay, my performance skepticism is gone.
Yeah, that's the
It's
way
gone.
I felt too. Yeah, as a package, It's brilliant, isn't it?
Oh.
Like, it's got the space.
Oh my God.
It's got the performance. It feels fun to drive.
I'm just still trying to calibrate what just occurred when I put my foot down.
But the other thing, mate, is it's green too. Like, I'll tell you about how you sort of get around the guilt factor of having such performance. It's all electric. Tesla have these things called superchargers, which are based probably every 200-300 k's going down to Melbourne.
Right.
They're rolling them out, going up to Brisbane soon, I think.
Okay.
It takes on a supercharger about 40-45 minutes to fill one of these things up with electricity, and it brings it back up to a full range of about 550 k's. Now, and Tesla pay for it. You don't have to pay for it. That's
So free energy.
free energy. Yeah. The one thing that struck me a little bit is, okay, in a petrol car, you go to a petrol station, 3 minutes later you're out of there after you've filled it up,
Yeah.
and you get about 550 k's if you're in a fairly decent car too. This one here, the time factor in charging it is a bit longer, and you can charge it up at home as well. Tesla can put a wall charger in at home and everything like that, and you pay for that and put it in. But continuously having the car with free energy, like free petrol, so to speak, that's a lot. But the power, I was going to say, the power and the torque, if you convert the electric sort of figures to what you'd understand as being normal car power and torque,
Yeah.
568 kilowatts.
What?
1,000 Newton meters of torque.
No wonder it can do what it can do.
Yeah,
That's just phenomenal.
it's staggering.
Just phenomenal.
Yeah, staggering.
Well,
Any
very well.
negatives?
Look, the visibility is still. I'm still getting used to it because I can't see the bonnet, and that's just getting used to the car. But as you said, the sensors are there. From a driving perspective, the deceleration is somewhat different to everything I've experienced. Where obviously it's got regenerative braking,
stuff like that. Yeah.
and you can feel that as soon as you take your foot off the accelerator, the resistance kicks in and it does slow down a lot. So just getting adjusted to that. Personally, I don't like that feeling, but again, you get used to it really quickly. Steering wheel feels good. Cabin's fit for purpose, as I said. Fit for purpose, not luxurious in it. Doesn't make you feel awfully special sitting in here, I have to say.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
The only two issues I can see with it, number one's the price. Number two, maybe this is a little, for me personally, other people would probably disagree, but as you want to drive and then want to change something.
Yeah.
So,
I did, but I agree with you completely, Justin. I like to have just the basic buttons there to do those convenience functions that you can do intuitively without having to look down.
yeah. But in terms of like space for the kids and everything, it's pretty good. It's got a flat floor because of the batteries as well.
Yeah.
So it's really easy to get in and out of the car.
Yeah.
You know.
The headroom is adequate.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 6 foot, and if you're taller, you'd still be comfortable. I'm sure you can drop the seat a bit further down as well. So yeah, it ticks that box.
Yeah.
Now that I've driven it and experienced the acceleration, my goodness, it's comfortable. You're right. The car is wrapping around me.
It's comfortable. It's quiet.
It really is.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I'd say this, but I don't actually mind not having the noise.
No.
And maybe because I'm getting too old and all that cliche, but I don't think that's the case. This thing has so many other advantages, so many other aspects of the vehicle that outweigh that. I can't believe I just said that because I love the noise. I have chosen cars in the past based on how they sound.
Me too. Me too.
And
Well, I've got to say, I think Tesla, for a couple of petrol heads, car enthusiasts, you've converted us. haven't you?
we're there. Definitely, without a doubt.
Okay, Matt. Now, you've had a drive of the Tesla.
Yeah,
Give us some impressions. What do you reckon?
I'm blown away. I mean, not
Yeah.
well, firstly, the performance. It is another level. It is just phenomenal. Blown away. Ludicrous mode. It's rightly tagged. It's mind blowing.
Yep.
I'm just gobsmacked.
Yep.
I don't care that it doesn't have the noise and 9,000 RPM. This is
That's
awesome.
That's huge coming from you.
Yes.
That's quite, yeah.
Yeah. So, as I said earlier, I've chosen cars because of the noise. I had an S2000 with the full HKS exhaust, which sounded like a Formula One car, 9,000 RPM.
Yep.
I was in heaven. But this is phenomenal. I love it.
Yep.
Now, on top of that, the refinement, the interiors, as I said, fit for purpose, so you can see why they've done what they've done.
Yep.
And I think it's fantastic. They've done an exceptional job.
Yeah, I agree. It's, like I said in the beginning, I was a bit skeptical at first, being something that, never experienced, but electric, can it be fun? Yeah.
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 It can be, and it is.
Yep. I mean, I would highly recommend, if you have the means to get one of these, definitely get one.
Do it.
They are sensational.
Definitely.
These things,
You've got to.
For a couple of petrol heads, you've changed our perception big time. Like Matt said, the family friendliness factor, huge boot in the front. You don't have to worry about space in this thing.
Yeah.
It's got plenty of room. The size is actually, it molds itself around you, which is good.
It does.
And the performance is just another world. It really is, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
you have to drive one. If you get a chance, do it. And if you're skeptical,
Go and
I
drive
promise you, it will change
Go
your
and drive
perception on it.
Yeah.
It is cool.
Yeah.
I think the badge, the image is cool.
Yep.
The performance is
Yep.
unquestioned.
And you're doing the world a good thing too.
Exactly, what a kicker.
Yeah.
So, tick, 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 tick,
Tick all the boxes, I reckon. Now, the last question we always ask, because we want to get out of the rain today. Now,
Yeah.
mate, the X factor, I suppose, is when you park this car or you look at in the reflection as you drive past, is it something you'd look back at?
Without doubt.
Yeah. It's a
Without
stunning
doubt.
car, this thing. An
Knowing
absolute
what's
stunning
underneath
car.
it, but just from a surface perspective, from a
Yep.
superficial perspective externally, it looks sexy.
Yeah.
It really does, and
Yep.
it turns heads like you wouldn't
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah. And it's not just guy sexy, isn't it? It's
No,
actually
no,
like girl sexy too. Like
Yeah, yeah.
My wife, she loves this thing. She would probably get rid of me to get one. I'd say.
I wouldn't blame her. There's a lot of better.
Okay, and on that note, we'd just like to put out a huge thanks to Tesla Australia for helping us convert our impressions about electric cars. We've had a wonderful time with this car. It's sensational.
Yes.
And like we said, if you've got the means of actually getting one, definitely give it a go. Thank you, Tesla Australia. We'd just like to say to everyone out there, thank you for watching us. We're at about 21,000 views now on YouTube, which is fantastic. And we hope you're enjoying our videos. And please come back and watch some more. Thanks for watching.
See ya.